And we find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Toronto Thunderbirds and the Minnesota Vikings. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Flush to his right. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And no, incomplete. Boy, they took a shot there on the first play. Tried to start it out with a bang. But it's second down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have back on their heels.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And an alley to run. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They go play action here on first down. He's going to let this one go deep. That's going to be caught. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. A big play there. 60 yards. And his guys have taken a first quarter lead. Jason Myers now for the extra point. Extra point up and through by Myers. And it's now a 7-0 game. Here's Myers now to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The first carry down for Dalvin Cook. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Taylor. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 24. And put it on the board. It's 6, a touchdown. We thought this defense would be opportunistic, and they were. Here, you're already up. Now you got a 2-touchdown lead. I tell you, going out there on defense, did they have a little bit of extra momentum with a score already on the board?
Oh, without a doubt. That already felt good to them, and they took it and used it and obviously put up another one. But here's the thing now. Some defense coordinators might want to pull their guys back a little bit because they don't want them to make mistakes because they're too overamped. Others say, I've got a 2-touchdown lead. Go get them, guys. They'll be even more aggressive.
And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. On 2nd down, Cook. And he stopped immediately there. Daquan Jones in on the tackle there.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. Picked off at the 36. And it's a tremendous return as they finally get him at about the 10-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage. But instead, he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Linval Joseph able to collapse the pocket and drop him for a loss of a yard. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. He's going to get it running right. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness. Think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Bud Dupree able to get him down behind the line of scrimmage, and it'll be 4th down. And Myers able to knock it through, and the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you've got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Flushed out right and nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Now Taylor. Eluding the pressure right. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down. On 3rd down, Taylor escaping the pressure right. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. That makes him now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on 3rd down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right.
That's caught inside the 20. And he is down deep into Minnesota territory. And what a big-time play there. 43 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain.
Partner was a definite passing down, but he was able to leak out and pick up some good yardage, even though the coverage was excellent. Maybe it's not exactly how they drew it up, but he still got a big chunk of yardage on 2nd down.
Going to throw right side here, complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2.
Gone! Detroit! No. Check. Patriot!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. They get 6 yards going for it on 4th, and now it's 1st and goal. Goal line offense, something they've really been emphasizing in practice lately. Now they have a chance here to put all that hard work to use. Back to throw. Flush to his right. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. Bruce Irvin in there to get him for what will be a loss of 13 yards. Seated to my right, Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Toronto football to begin quarter number 2. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further.
Gone!
He'll drop to throw. Forced out to his left. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. And they will elect to decline the penalty.
Everything turned out the way they wanted it to. No sense in even having to take that one, hence the decline.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Hot!
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And they'll have the football, but deep in their own territory as he's brought down at the 5.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. The tackle was by the Boston College product, Harold Landry.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. On 2nd down, Taylor's throw incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. To throw is Taylor. Caught right side, Jerron Brown. And he'll be hit and dropped for a loss at the 5-yard line.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to go for a big play downfield. So they took a shot on 1st down but couldn't connect. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored 1, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. The offense on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 10. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Now he'll let it go deep left side. Oh, wide open. Complete. Touchdown. Eric Ebron, 46 yards. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. Well, they had gone run the previous play. Nice little setup. This time they go play action. Defense bites a bit, and they hit for a big play in the end zone.
So they sold it really well, didn't they? Because of just what you described. They ran it the previous play, come back with the same action, and now they step back and throw it and get a big play for a touchdown. But what happens as a defensive back is your eyes have to go to the right place. You always hear Coach talk about, are your eyes in the right spot? Well, this time the eyes went to the play action. It froze their feet. They weren't moving, and he went on past them and caught the pass for a touchdown.
And now out comes Minnesota. Typically down in the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive. But they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. You've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
Flushed out right. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Third catch for him on this drive alone, and it'll give him a first down. Taylor will lead up the offense 1st and 10, and he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Again, this is Cook. And past the 30, down to about the 27. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
Slow. Ready. Flag 32. Flag 32.
Now the Georgia Southern man. This is Jerick McKinnon. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Z. Slow.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And Boswell's kick is good. And they get a little bit closer here as the lead's down to 3 touchdowns. Now, that's something of a pick-me-up, and the offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it, those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
So out now comes the offense back onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Emerson Griffin in there to take him down and to take us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. More from Minneapolis after this.
56. Lucky 56.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
They're going to look to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. And he's got the first, but we also have a flag on the field. And they're already walking backwards. So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? Now back to throw. That's complete to Taywan Taylor. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
He'll look to throw. He sets to fire deep. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect. Well, he's been the guy already over 100 yards here in the first half. Could have had a lot more if he would have been able to haul that one in.
Yeah, in fact, our statistician Marvin was already handing me a piece of paper with that yardage totaled on it. He thought that catch was going to happen just as you and I did as well.
Throw taken in by Taylor left side. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A good pickup there of 20 yards. This quarterback now 4 of 6 since taking over, and he's got a first down. They'll look to throw. Being chased out left. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. And this offense on 3rd down today, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12. On play action, they'll throw. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete. And Myers able to knock it through. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, here's Myers now to kick it away. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the 3rd. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. This is This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Taylor on 1st down. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route. And what you have to do on that one is a receiver's got to make sure he works a defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. 3rd and 2, now Taylor. He's going to look deep down the field. Got a man that's caught at the 6-yard line. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Cordero Patterson, 53 yards. And the Vikings are able to close the gap just a bit. Now it's Taylor. And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. Here's Bosher to kick it away. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
Detroit!
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Escaping the pressure right. Now he'll let it. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way in for the touchdown. A big play there. 75 yards. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. Myers connects on the PAT. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Here's Myers now to kick it away. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
And a quick shuffle pass here is complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run, and was still accurate throwing the football.
And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. Bringing him down defensively, Jayon Brown.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Now Taylor to throw on second down. Flush to his right. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front, they got a chance to pin their ears back and get after them now.
Now we've got movement up front, and I think this is going to be on Minnesota. And that false start penalty is certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. From midfield now, here's Taylor. Flushed out right. Over the middle, he gets it to Patterson. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Slow. Z.
McKinnon. And only able to muster a couple, down to about the 27.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Now it's Taylor. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Avery Williamson. Tough to handle on that blitz. He gets him for a loss of 5. Third and long. Taylor and company hoping to regroup after the sack. Out of the gun, it's Taylor. Going right side here, and that's complete. And down inside the 15 he goes. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. From the red zone now, here's Taylor on first down. Eluding the pressure right. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off with great anticipation. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles?
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. Well, going deep here for Taylor. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on it at second down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Daniil Hunter in there to record another sack. Their 6th of the afternoon. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And instead, they want to throw it off play action. Escaping the pressure right. And that is incomplete.
Well, he bounced up after taking a sack and took a shot downfield. I think a lot of us thought maybe he'd run draw in that situation instead. Trying to get it all back in one play.
Yeah, 3rd and long. Thought he needed the deep pass. Couldn't connect it.
Maybe he was hoping for the penalty downfield to give him the yardage they needed.
And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10.
Hey, we got 3. 3 down.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Flush to his right. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
He's going to air one. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Vikings. A big play there. 51 yards. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite, but in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a two-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. It's Xavier Rhodes there in on the stop.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. My music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. This offense so far on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. They'll set up a throw. And he connects with Ebron. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. They give him 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Flushed out, and he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Daniil Hunter in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. The first down line at the 34 here on 3rd down.
Hurry up, here we go.
They'll look to throw here. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. And that'll be incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Linval Joseph in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. And Myers able to knock it through, and that will push this lead up to 20 now. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. And the first play of the drive goes to McKinnon. And not a whole lot doing there, so he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Slow.
Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. On 2nd down, Taylor. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to let it fly. And this will be caught at the 30. It's a big one there for the Vikings. 47 yards. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. On 1st and 10, it's Taylor. Escaping the pressure right. And Diggs has it. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Well, think of it like you would a typical boxing match. The person is on his heels and absorbing blows is having a tough time. And that's what's happening to the defense right now because the offense is on his toes and punching. And there's another first down run right there.
Sliding out of the pocket. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. In for the score. And the Vikings are able to close the gap just a bit.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team. But I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive. But feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. So tried to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home, brought him down.
Yeah, got home, which means there had to be good coverage. Just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, we try and throw quick hitters, quick slants, maybe even a quick fade. Nothing was open. He ends up getting sacked. Well, not exactly a banner return, so he doesn't give his offense a whole lot of room to work with. They've got to go a long way now to try and score some points. I do know this from experience. There will be a few comments muttered his way by the offense as they head out on the field.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19. No. Check. Patriot.
And they'll run it here. And he's got some space here. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And to the right side here, it's Allen.